All right, baseball fans, all, what, 5 or 6 of you middle-aged, nerdy men who watch these videos, 36,995 fictional fans in attendance to watch the Los Angeles Dragons visit the Cooperstown Big League Chews for Game 6 of the Interstate League Series. It is the Dragons with the advantage right now, 3-2 ahead in the series. Charles Ziersch is going to take the mound for Cooperstown. Ziersch got a win in his first outing in this series, 5-2, pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits and 2 runs. Didn't do it all, but he was effective. Ziersch is Australian, good to know. He's a lefty. Uh, More interesting that he's Australian, I think. In any case, throws a bunch of decent pitches, does a lot of things well, doesn't do anything exceptionally, but he's a steady guy they can count on to go out there and put in a good 9 innings for Cooperstown. On the other side, you've got Jason McKee starting, the lefty. McKee took the loss in that game against Ziersch, their first head-to-head matchup. Similar type of pitcher, although he's only 20 years old and he's not from Australia. Guy who gets people out, not necessarily strikes people out, but he gets people out. He was effective all season when he played, pitched in 30 games, 172 innings, but more importantly, he only gave up 2 hits and 2 runs in 5 2/3 against Cooperstown in his last outing. They took the loss, took the L, wasn't his fault, and he's looking for some redemption here. So let's get down to the field and get at it. Game 6 baseball, potential clincher. And behind Ziersch, you've got Vieira, the catcher, for Cooperstown, followed by Garris at third and Fowler at short, Gunter at second, and Nick Dallas over at first. Jonathan Davis in left, Tony Ochoa in center, and Vic Rodriguez holding it down in right field. And Ziersch is going to face Weekhang Zhu, Coriano, and Shenes here to start the game. Take a look around the dome here. It's going to be the 0-2 now to the catcher, Zhang. And they got him. Retired on the ground ball to first. And here is Jorge Coriano, the center fielder. He's 3 for 22 in this series, which is, you may not be a stat head, but not very good. Full count, and he walked him. So runner at first with 1 down. And here is Carlitos Zenez. 1-2 pitch to Zenez. Gets it in the air, but not going to drop. I mean, it's going to drop eventually. There's gravity, but Rodriguez pulls it in for the second out of the inning. And here is Matt George now. George 0 for 20. 0 for the playoffs. Again, may not be a stat head, but that is really bad, especially from a guy who's your cleanup hitter and one of the best hitters on your team. The Dragons looking for anything out of Matt George today to try to clinch this series, and that won't be it. Soft grounder to shortstop. Fowler flips it over to second, and that'll do it. So, one base runner on a walk. They leave him there, and no runs scored for the Dragons in the top half of the first. And here is Vic Rodriguez to lead it off for Cooperstown. It's Rodriguez, Ochoa, and Hernandez on this half of the inning, and for the Dragons, it's Weekhang Zhu behind the plate, Matt George over at third, Zachary Johnstone at short, Felipe Lara at second, and Carlitos Zenez, the first baseman. And then Collier in left, Jorge Coriano in center, and Moises Mendoza out in right field. So the 0-1 pitch from McKee to Rodriguez, and he base hit. Leads off the game with a base hit into left, bounces in front of Collier. Good play to get over and save it from being extra bases, but not good enough. And that puts a runner at first with nobody out for Tony Ochoa. Ochoa takes the first pitch he sees, and also a base hit into left. Rodriguez thinks the better a challenge in Collier's arm. He holds up at second base, but now the first 2 runners aboard off of McKee here. First runners at first and second with nobody out for the DH Matt Hernandez. Hernandez is 4 for 13 in the series. Big moment for him potentially here. Struck him out. So Hernandez takes a seat, 1 down, runners at first and second for Nick Dallas, the first baseman, 5 for 22 in the series. Oh, he struck him out too. McKee apparently has decided not to just throw softballs over the middle of the plate now, and strikes out 2 in a row. So 2 down now for Eric Gunter. And Gunter hits it on the ground. They make the play at second. Johnstone decides to go for the second base runner instead of going to first, and gets lucky. They almost outran it, but that retires the side. And 2 hits leave them both on base for New York in the bottom half, and it's Johnstone, Cantu the DH, and Mendoza here for Los Angeles in the top of 2. That's a base hit. Johnstone continues to be effective. Base hit for Johnstone to lead off the inning. And David Cantu, 0 for 4 in the series, DHing today. And Cantu gets a base hit. Just a straight comebacker at the pitcher. Zier's not able to get a glove on it, and that puts runners at first and second now with nobody out. Same situation that Cooperstown had in the bottom half of the first. See if they can do anything with it here. It's Moises Mendoza. Mendoza is 6 for 20 with a home run in the series. Lefty on lefty, and that looks like 2. Yep, sure enough, double play ground ball. Fowler fields it, steps on the bag himself, makes the play to first, and that's 2 down now. But the lead runner over to third base. You got Johnstone on third with Felipe Lara at the plate. Lara's 6 for 17 in the series. Doesn't get it done here. That's a ground out to third. Garris picks it up. They leave the runner on third base. No runs on 2 hits for the Dragons. No runs on 2 hits for New York coming into the bottom of the second. And it is Bill Garris, Rich Vieira, and Jonathan Davis to face Jason McKee. 1-2. And another leadoff base hit. Garris gets on board to start the inning off. McKee looking real shaky here. Rich Vieira, 0 for 2, or 0 and 2, 0 and 3. That's strike 3. Vieira just watches it go by like he does. And the strikeout for McKee is his third. Now 1 down for Jonathan Davis, the runner at first. Davis 4 for 17. Struck him out too. McKee gets his 4th strikeout. Apparently he's either giving up easy base hits or striking guys out. Absolutely nothing in between today. And Adrian Fowler, the shortstop, 6 for 15 in the series. 2-2 pitch, and he struck him out too. McKee strikes out 3 after allowing a leadoff single, and that makes it the top of the third. 0-0 game. Ziersch to face Bobby Collier, 5 for 19 in the series. Seems like he's stepped up big in big situations when they need him, though. Followed by Zhu and Coriano. Lefty-lefty matchup. Not great for Collier. And he got under that one. It's to the track. No! That's a home run. I was sure that was going to drop on the track. That's his 3rd home run of the postseason. Bobby Collier puts him up 1-0. My goodness, that was barely a home run, but it counts. 363 feet, just clears the wall and left. Nice bit of hitting, though, by Collier, going the other way. And it's Weiheng Zhu now with the lead. 1-0. Nobody on. Takes the 1-0 pitch, and that one Davis will get to. Fly out to left. Here is Jorge Coriano. Coriano is walked. I think that's his 2nd walk of the game. He's on base again, and it's Carlitos Zenez with 1 down, runner at first. And Zenez gets that one down? No. Center fielder makes the play. Ochoa pretty good out there. Mixed play in the gap, and that makes it 2 outs now for Matt George with the runner at first. George remains hitless in the series. And that's not going to change. Fly out to Rodriguez and right. That retires a side, but they get a run on the big home run from Collier. The little home run from Collier, I should say. And halfway through the third, it's a 1-0 lead for Los Angeles. Here's Rodriguez again to face McKee. And, hey, he got the first batter this time. Matt George makes the play at third, and that's 1 down. Tony Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa 1 for 1 today. Oh, he walked him. McKee walks him on 4 straight pitches. He is all over the place today. Matt Hernandez now. Struck out in his first at bat. Not this time. That is a base hit to right. Ochoa's going to take third. Uh, Again, the animation is terrible because it sure looked like the first baseman could have just reached over and tagged Hernandez there, but that's not what happened. So runners at the corners with 1 down for Nick Dallas. And Jason McKee in a threatening position here. And it pays off for Cooperstown. That is at least a run on the double. Sorry, did not get a good look at it. It is a tie game. Yes, only one comes across. Matt Hernandez does not score on the play. But runners at second and third now. Slow runners for Eric Gunter with only 1 out. And you got to be wondering if McKee gets the hook here. This is not good. Full count now. And he walked him to load the bases. That's a second walk for McKee. Terrible time for it. Bases loaded now with only 1 out, and it's Bill Garris at the plate. Garris 1 for 1 today. Garris grounds out. He double play grounder. Wow. Matt George, big time to turn a 5-4-3. And he does. That will get them out of the inning, gets McKee a chance to sit down and catch his breath. That was ugly. That was an ugly bit of pitching. And they tie the game. They strand 2 runners, but they tie the game 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Top of 4, it's Zachary Johnstone, and then Cantu and Mendoza. Johnstone 5 for 16 in the series. 1 for 1 today. 3-0 pitch. Walked him. Leadoff runner aboard with the walk. Zersh handed out free bases. Third walk of the game. Here is David Cantu. He's 1 for 1. 1-0 pitch. Gets away from Vieira, the catcher, but he keeps it in front of him. No advancement for the runner. 2-0 pitch from Zersh to Cantu. And that looks like 2. Yep, double play ground ball. Clears the bases, and that is 2 down for Moises Mendoza with nobody on. Mendoza hits one softly back to the pitcher, and he beat it out. Ziersch takes his time trying to make that throw, and Mendoza was on his horse, and that's embarrassing. Infield single on a dribbler to the mound for Moises Mendoza, and here's Felipe Lara now with 2 down and the runner at first. Full count. That time, Ziersch gets a little bit after it, makes the play at first with plenty of space, and that'll do it. So they leave a runner on, 1-1 game, and here we are in the bottom of the 4th. McKee stays in. He has been ineffective, to say the least, today. 2 walks, 5 hits allowed, and I mean he's gotten out of a couple of jams, but he just keeps getting himself into bad situations, and that's gonna bite you sooner or later. So Vieira, Davis, and Fowler here. Vieira struck out his first time up. And this time hits a line shot over into the shift at second, and McKee is injured. The trainer comes out and takes a look, but it looks like he's gonna stay in the game, whatever's going on. All right, 1 down, and Jonathan Davis at the plate. 0 for 1 in the game. Davis gets a base hit. Loops one out to right. Call it a single, and it's Adrian Fowler now, the shortstop and number 9 hitter, 0 for 1 today, with a runner at first and 1 down. And Fowler will get the runner moved over. Wasn't exactly a sacrifice, but it works that way. The fielder's choice moves the runner to second, and McKee has... Oh, my God, I called it wrong again. What am I doing? Apparently Fowler beat that one out. That's ridiculous. But, okay, here we are. McKee allows another base runner. Runners at first and second with only 1 out now for Vic Rodriguez in the top of the order. Rodriguez 1 for 2 today. Lays down a bunt. Moves the runners over, and did he beat it out? He beat it out. A bunt single on the sacrifice bunt attempt. He gets a single and loads the bases with 1 down. Again, McKee with bases loaded. It's hard to say that one's all his fault. I don't know how you don't at least get the hitter on a sacrifice bunt, but in any case, Tony Ochoa with a big opportunity. He's 1 for 1 today already. And he walked also. And that should be a double play. Why would it be a double play? Zhu doesn't make the throw to first at all. So the runners move over. They get the lead runner. Nobody scores. And now it's 2 outs with the bases loaded for Matt Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 2 on the night. And he struck him out looking with the bases loaded. Jason McKee, luckiest man in Cooperstown, New York today. And it's Ziersch to face Collier, who homered earlier for the Dragons' only run. Zhu and Coriano in the inning. 1-1 to Collier. And that's going to get down for a base hit. Collier continues to just get it done. If the Dragons win this series, Collier's MVP, no question. Base hit and puts a runner at first for Weikang Zhu. And Zhu hits it hard out to left. Fielded, though, near the warning track, and that will, it's just a long out at the end of the day. Collier remains at first, 1 down for Coriano. He's walked twice. And that's a base hit. Gets down in front of the center fielder, Ochoa. Good arm, though. He keeps him at second. He keeps Collier at second. And runners at first and second with 1 down for Carlitos Genes. Genes 0 for 2 today. He's 2 for 21 in this series. Could use something from him here. That is a little bit too high as Davis is able to run it down and left. And that's 2 outs with runners at first and second. And the last gasp for the inning, Matt George. Matt George 0 for 22 in the series. Hit the shit out of that one, though. Big fucking home run from Matt George to, I don't know about redeem himself for 0 for 22 in the series, but that is a big moment in a potentially clinching game. That is a 4-1 lead for the Dragons as Matt George hits a 382-foot bomb. And that'll do for Ziersch. And here comes Frank Olmsted. Really? That's Frank Olmsted, the closer. Apparently they're worried about this 2-out runnerless situation. They're going to bring their closer in to face Zachary Johnstone. 0-2 to Johnstone. And sure, he struck him out, but poof, better hope you don't need Olmsted later there, Chris. That's odd. All right, it's Dallas, Gunter, and Garris now to face McKee. They've gotten him a lead. I gotta think he's on a short leash at this point. You've got the advantage. You don't need him to eat innings. You need to get a win. And then you got him striking out. McKee strikes out the batter, his 7th strikeout of the game, and it's Gunter now. Full count to Gunter. He walked him his last time up. He walked him this time too. Misses low. That is ball 4, and you've got a runner at first, and McKee remains on the mound, ever steadfast. These Los Angeles Dragons. We are not making substitutions no matter how dire the situation may be. 1 down, runner at first for Bill Garris. And Garris does not make him pay for it. That's an easy fly out to left. Collier brings it in, and you've got 2 outs, and Vieira, the lefty-lefty matchup. Vieira, 4 for 22 in the series, 0 for 2 today. Largely been ineffective, and remains so with the fly out to left center. Collier gets to it, and that will do it. Jason McKee escapes another inning, and we're in the top of the 6th. Olmsted remains on the mound. Apparently going to pitch him till his arm falls off. Cantu to face Olmsted here, and he popped it up, and Olmsted goes all the way over to first base to make the play himself. Nice play. Moises Mendoza now. Mendoza 1 for 2 on the game. Oh, they put the shift on and he goes the other way, pokes it over the infielder's head for an easy base hit. Nicely done. Here's Felipe Lara. Lara gets that one down for a base hit as well. Runners at first and second now, and I mean, this is not Olmsted's normal situation, but he's got himself in trouble. 1 down and 2 runners on, and Bobby Collier, who has been a monster in this series, at the plate, 2 for 2 today with a home run. And he rips that one in. That's another RBI for Collier. The run will score. He stays at first. RBI single with runners at first and second, and one out. Olmsted remains on the mound to face Wei Kang Zhu in the top of the order. He struck out Zhu. He needed that. And they pull Olmsted now for lefty Dario Soto. Soto's big pitch is his curveball. He's pitched. He pitched in the 5-2 win on the 5th. Pitched a full inning, didn't allow any hits, walked one, struck out one. Just a guy. They need him to be more than that here, though. Want to get out of this. Want to get out of this inning without allowing another run. And Coriano at the plate. 0-2, struck him out. Inning over. They leave 2 runners on, but they get another run. 5-1 now, Dragons. And McKee is done for the day. It's Angel Griego, the Angel Greek, from the pen, 32 years old. He has pitched twice in this series, an inning and 2/3, not allowed a single hit, 1 base runner, 1 walk. Got the win in one of those appearances, and they need him to shut things down here for an inning or 2. He's going to face Jonathan Davis first. First pitch to Davis, and Davis likes it. He hits the heck out of it. That is out of here for a home run. Griego comes in, immediately gives up the home run to Davis. First home run of the postseason for Jonathan Davis. 362 feet going the other way into right field. And it's not enough to tie it, but it does have the fans interested in the game again. And here is Adrian Fowler now with nobody on, nobody out in a 5-2 game. 0-2 to Fowler, and this time he struck him out. Now Griego to face Rodriguez, and the top of the order. Rodriguez 2 for 3 today. Pair of singles, struck him out as well. Second strikeout of the game for Griego, and it's Tony Ochoa. Struck him out as well. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Griego. Unfortunately, the other hitter in the inning hit a home run. So 5-2 here in the top of the 7th. 5-2 lead for Los Angeles. And Soto remains on the mound to face Genes, George, and Johnstown. This is the heart of the order, although other than Johnstone, not super effective in this series. Genes, that's going to be extra bases. If not, yeah, it's out of here. Another home run for the Dragons. Genes knocks it out. 420 feet to left to right center. Monster home run. That was big. 6-2 now for Matt George. Matt George, the big 3-run home run earlier. Strikes out this time, but who cares? He hit a home run earlier. And that is Soto's second strikeout now. 1 down for Zachary Johnstone. And that is not going to drop. That is out number 2. Johnstone flies out to center to Ochoa, and it's David Cantu. 1 for 3 on the game. He's got a 3-1 pitch coming. He likes it. He swings at it, and that looks like it's out. Another home run to right center. The Dragons, just an absolute explosion of power in this game. Cantu's first home run of the postseason. And he hit that one a little bit farther than the last one, 423 feet. So take that. 7-2 lead now. And Soto remains in the game. The home crowd loudly booing. And Moises Mendoza, 2 for 3 at the plate. Got him. That gets him out of the inning. 2 more runs. 2 more runs for the Dragons here. Wow. All right. Enjoy R. Kelly in the 7th inning stretch, and we'll see you in a second. All right. Griego to face Hernandez, Dallas, and Gunter. Griego struck out every batter he faced except for the guy who hit a monster home run off of him earlier. And it's 2-2. 2 and 3 strikes. Matt Hernandez strikes out swinging, and Griego's now struck out 4 in a row. Nick Dallas, 2-1 pitch. Dribbler. Catcher makes the play. Zhu throws him out at first. 2 down. And here's Eric Gunter. Gunter 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice. Not this time. Griego goes just huge curveball there for the strikeout. Monster strikeout. Big moments for Angel Griego. And we're in the top of the eighth. 7-2 lead for the Dragons. Coming to the plate, Lara, Collier, and Zhu. Lara hits that one hard into left. That's extra bases for sure. The 2-2 pitch turns into a double to lead off the inning. Got to be going to the pen here, I assume. And they are. It's Colmenares. Colmenares has appeared a couple times in this series so far. He's pitched 4 innings, allowed 2 hits in those 4 innings, struck out 4, walked 1. And he's going to face Bobby Collier, who is 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs with a runner in scoring position. The 2-0 pitch from Colmenares to Collier. And Collier bloops it through for another RBI. No, not an RBI. The runner holds up at third. Probably a good call. Lara stays at third, but Collier gets his 4th hit of the game. And he's standing on first base with a big grin on his face. That's a nice game for Bobby Collier here. And it's Wei Kangzhu. Runners at the corners, and he hits into a double play. Hits into a double play, but drives in a run. So, I don't know, is that good? I don't think it's good, but they'll take the run. 8-2 now for Los Angeles, and Jorge Coriano at the plate. Coriano 1 for 2 with a pair of walks. And that one is a slow roller. They do get to it, make the play. Gunter has to hustle, but they get out of the inning. It's now 8-2 as they add another insurance run. And Cooperstown in the bottom of the 8th looking to get anything started here against Angel Griego, who struck out 5 of the 6 batters he's retired in this game. So it's Garris, Vieira, and Davis. First pitch to Garris, hit on the ground to second, easily played by Lara, and that is 1 down. All right, here comes Rich Vieira. 1-0 to Vieira. He also grounds out to the right side of the infield. And Jonathan Davis now. Davis hit a home run in his last at bat. He's the only one who's gotten on base against Griego. Not this time. Gets his revenge. Easy ground out to second. 3 slow ground balls, and they are out of the 8th and into the top of the 9th inning with an 8-2 lead. Colmenares stays on the mound. They just need him to get them back at the plate and have a chance at this one, but he gives up a leadoff single to Zenes. Leadoff man aboard again, and here comes Matt George. Hit a big home run earlier. That looks like a double play grounder, and it is. They turn to 2 down now, and Zachary Johnstone, potentially the last batter of the game for the Dragons. 2-2 pitch to Johnstone, struck him out. He tried to check his swing. They said he went around, but he struck out. All right. It's Mike Wiedling out of the pen to close this one out. It's not a save situation. Wiedling's pitched 2 1/3. No, I'm sorry, 2 2/3 in this series. Allowed 2 hits, struck out 1, walked none. Apparently blew a save somehow without giving up a run in one of those earlier games. In any case, this is a pretty low pressure situation until he gets a couple of base runners on, if he gets a couple of base runners on. So he's got Fowler, Rodriguez, and Ochoa to get through, and Los Angeles could be on the way to the World Series. The 1-2 struck him out. 2 chances left for Cooperstown to stay alive in this series, and it's Wiedling to face Vic Rodriguez. Rodriguez 2 for 4 on the day. 2-0 pitch to Rodriguez. Hits it on the ground, and it gets through for a base hit. Hard hit ball. Shortstop Johnstone not able to make the play going back into the hole, and that is a base runner here in the bottom of the 9th. They're going to need a few. Tony Ochoa at the plate. Ochoa 1 for 3 today. And, could have been a double play, but they play it a little conservative with this big lead. Johnstone makes the play, throws him out at second, lead runner down, and we're down to the last out for Cooperstown. Now, that's not necessarily the end of things. Yesterday, they were down to their last out and came back and took the win to force a Game 6. So, looking for some more of the same magic. Matt Hernandez first one, and that is a good start. Home run ball to left. My goodness, I'm so excited. Matt Hernandez is his first home run of the season, and it's now 8-4. And the the Los Angeles bench has got to be having flashbacks to the last game, Cooperstown. Matt Hernandez comes up big, and here is Nick Dallas. 2 down, 1-1 pitch. They ran out of magic. That'll do it. The Los Angeles Dragons are headed to the World Series to face the St. Joseph Sausage Dogs. Congratulations to the Dragons, but hey, congratulations to Chris Lee and these Cooperstown Big League Chews. They played a hell of a series. Some exciting baseball. Good young team. I'm sure we'll see them here again. And to Ben Vincent and the Los Angeles Dragons, good luck in the World Series. We'll catch you next time for World Series Game 1.